Maslow's hierarchy. Any of you familiar with that? When I learned this back in high school, I remember thinking, self-actualization, that's what I want. And I didn't know until I got into my 40s that it really is what I did want. I'm about continuous development, being the very best that I can possibly be and helping people to do that. So how do you achieve or step your way up Maslow's hierarchy? You have to have all your needs met. At least this is what I found with the leaders that I work with. And what does balance look like? The new buzzword, and you'll probably hear this, it's not work-life balance, it's integration. It's integrating who you are with what you do. Being a human being versus a human doing. There's a guy named Blair Singer, he wrote a book called Little Voice Management, and he's got a really interesting concept that I completely agree with. He said, we've got it all backwards. When we build our careers, we look at what do we want to have. You know, I want to have a nice car, I want to have a nice house, I want to have good clothes, kids go to good schools, whatever. This is what I want to have. Then I think, we think to ourselves, well, what do I got to do in order to make enough money to have that? I better be a professional. I better own a business or be a professional. And then we think, okay, well, who do I need to be in order to be that professional? We need to completely reverse it. Who am I? Who am I? What am I good at? Will lead you to what do you do, and then what you're going to have. Could eliminate a lot of pain, and that's called integration. These are the 5 domains that I alluded to earlier that have to be in sync if you want balance in your life. And again, if you want balance, it may or may not be important for you right now. It wasn't important to me. At the height of my success, balance meant nothing. I was making a lot of money. That was what was important. But if balance is important, these are the things that usually go out of sync with somebody. Physical, social, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Physical needs. And ask yourself this, again, are you caring for your body? What are you doing? Are you taking care of your body? Are you eating healthy, exercising, resting? I just read something, a kind of devotional reading that I read this morning, and it said something about you don't learn in the storm. It's after the storm when you reflect back and you rest and you're at peace. That's when the learning happens. And again, if you're anything like me, you keep yourself busy, 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 and you never stop. That prevents us from really learning and transitioning. So are you taking care of your physical needs? And you'll know if you aren't. Are you sore? Are you tired? It's amazing to me. At age 50, I'm in better shape than I was at age 30 because I've gotten conscious of what are my physical needs and take care of them. Social needs, are you interacting with compatible people? Are you just interacting with people who you've interacted with all along? Are they healthy people? Are they toxic? Have you ever heard of energy vampires? Are you around the right people? Are you building healthy relationships? Intellectual needs. When's the last time you read a book? Are you learning? Are you building your overall capability as a professional in what you do? There's a lot of people here with a lot of different certifications and whatnot. It sounds like there's a lot of people here who are engaged in learning. Your emotional needs. You know, this was something that came out at me that I always thought I took care of my emotional needs until I really put that under the microscope and I realized how bad I was at allowing people to know how I felt. Because I grew up where you just needed to please everybody. I was the youngest of 8 kids and I was the performer. So if you said jump, it was how high and for how long. So the thought that I had an emotional need never even entered into my consciousness. And I talk to, one of the things that I do is I work with leaders, executives, professionals who are in recovery. And when you grow up in the disease of alcoholism or addiction, you learn how to stuff your emotions. And that shows up at the job. It shows up at the job in not being able to let your boss know how you feel about a particular behavior and what your needs are. I was astounded at how bad I was at this up until the last few years, because I hadn't even considered it. I was getting results, I was making a lot of money, I had great clothes, I had a great car, a great place to live. I hadn't even thought about this until things started to go off kilter. There's a chapter in a book that my coach wrote. It's called When Doing It All Won't Do. It's a self-coaching guide for professional women. Any of the women here who want to hear about it, I'll let you know after the meeting. One of the chapters of the book is you get what you tolerate. And it's true. We get what we tolerate. We teach people how to treat us. So how are you teaching people how to treat you?